Alrighty guys, it's been a big week of Kentucky sports, of course. First off, of course, let's not forget Kentucky beat Louisville as expected. Even though it went in overtime, it was expected. You know, like I said in my video, we just find a way to beat Louisville. Doesn't matter how the team seems to be playing at the time or whatever. It just happens. It's one of those rivalries where, you know, we pretty much always win. I know Louisville fans don't like to hear that, but just look at the numbers. I mean, I had people in the comments saying, you got no chance, buddy. You got no chance, you redneck. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, I'm going by numbers, and numbers showed Kentucky was going to win the game. Even though it went in overtime, it's still the same thing. It's a big W. Or, I'm sorry, W. 78-70. Kentucky wins yet again. Kentucky moves up to 17. I didn't expect Kentucky to move up a lot, maybe 15 at the most, up to the top, maybe 15. But 17, you know, you still have to realize Kentucky lost to Evansville and Utah. So, but we did beat Michigan State and Louisville. I think Louisville's flaws will start to show when they play in the ACC. I think that'll happen. And let's not forget Kentucky, you know, even though we beat Louisville, as expected, you know, emotions rise and you win games like that. You win the rival games. Let's not forget how well Nick Richards played. 13 points, 10 rebounds. Maxey, once again, played 40 minutes. 27 points, 7 rebounds. Quickly was big off the bench for Kentucky. 18 points. That's pretty much it. Hagens, 8 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. You know, an all-around game for Hagens. Montgomery, 4 points and 5 rebounds. So Kentucky wins, as expected. And we move on to SEC play now, people. We got Missouri coming up this week. Saturday at 2 o'clock. Is that what it says? Let's just have a look at the standings here and see what they look like so far. Missouri is 8-4. So they're of course 6-1 at home. That's to be expected when you're not playing anybody right now. Auburn's leading up the SEC, of course, but again, Auburn's not played anybody. I was looking at their schedule and I was like, man, they look awful good. Not played anybody. Not played anybody. Florida 8-4. Tennessee 8-4, Arkansas 11-1, Kentucky 9-3, 9-3 Mississippi State, 8-4 LSU. I mean, the SEC is looking pretty average right now if you really to take out Kentucky, Arkansas. Arkansas is looking good. So let's look at Auburn, people, and I'll show you just what I'm talking about. Let's look at Auburn. They beat Lehigh, they beat Lipscomb, NC State, St. Louis, Furman, F-U-R-M-A, and Furman, Richmond, New Mexico, Colgate, CSUN, South Alabama, Davidson, and Georgia Southern. Now I know what people are saying. Well, Reed, Kentucky got beat by Evansville. They got beat by Utah. But the point I'm trying to make is we've actually beaten a top 10 team, a top 5 team, well, 2 top 5 teams at the time. We beat Michigan State and Louisville. So I mean, Auburn is 12-0, but they've not played anybody. And I'm expecting it's going to be the same thing here for Arkansas. Well, they beat Indiana, Arkansas did, but who's Indiana anymore, right? Exactly. L's down. How it goes, I don't know. But Western Kentucky at Tulsa, Austin Peay, Northern Kentucky, Georgia Tech, South Dakota, Texas Southern, Montana, Rice, North Texas. I mean, there you have it, people. They've not played anybody. So we will see how it all shakes down. And as I've said, people, Kentucky, just because we beat Louisville, I don't think the problems go away. we're not really going to know what this team is made of until we travel on the road. That's when we're going to see a lot about the Kentucky basketball team. The road games are going to be what tells the tale, not as much as the home games. So, right off will be Tuesday night at Georgia. We got a home game, Missouri, Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina on the road, Arkansas on the road. Arkansas is always a hard place to play on the road. Then we got Georgia at home. Then we go play 22 Texas Tech. Forgot about those. That's a good team. Vanderbilt at home. Auburn on the road. We'll see where Auburn's at between now and then. They're 8 right now. We'll see how they shape up. Tennessee, Vanderbilt. Yeah, what's up with Florida losing all these games all of a sudden? I thought they were supposed to be unbelievable. See what happened to them. Let's see. Utah State beat them. Well, Butler beat them. That's no shame in that. That's a top 20 team there. It's 2 losses. Connecticut beat them. I mean, they've played some pretty good teams. They played some good competitions. I think we'll see the cream rise as always. What do I expect from Kentucky? We could easily lose 10 games, or we can win and lose maybe 3 or 4 in the SEC. I don't know. I don't think we're going to lose. I'm thinking overall 10 games, but we'll see, people. I don't know what to expect from the team. If we saw what we saw against the Louisville team, then everything looks good to me. If we see that kind of heart and play from Richards and Maxey, if you see that every game, then I'll be like, well, we can win the SEC. We're right there. There are a couple teams that could possibly win it. Even though Auburn's not played anybody, they still have a great chance of winning it. Yeah, I'm just saying right now we don't know what Auburn really is. They've not played anybody, so we got an idea of what Kentucky is. They're the ultimate up and down team as always with college freshmen. But anyway, guys, that's it. Look for Kentucky to open up with a win against Missouri, and we'll go from there. So Saturday at 2, Kentucky, Missouri. I'll say Kentucky 75, Missouri 60. And let's move on to Kentucky football, where Kentucky won the Belk Bowl, of course, the last game of the year. I fully expected Kentucky to win this game, but not in the fashion they won it with Lynn Bowden. Of course, we expected Lynn Bowden to go off this game, and I was like, as long as he doesn't get hurt, I think we'll win the Belk Bowl. And this will be Lynn Bowden's last game at Kentucky from all the reports that I've read. Going to go pro. I would have liked to seen Bowden come back. I would like to. I know he's made the right decision, of course, to go pro, but I would love to seen him practice on the off season on his throwing, and possibly come back and be like a Lamar Jackson, that kind of type of player. 233 yards, I think he had yesterday, or I mean the Belk Bowl when it was New Year's there. And Kentucky wins in the 4th quarter, pretty much on the last play of the game. With time running out, of course, touchdown wins it. Congratulations to Kentucky, a Belk Bowl win. I know it's stupid to say we won the Belk Bowl. I understand that, but where this team was at earlier in the season, losing all the quarterbacks and everything, overcoming adversity, it's been a good job of coaching. So, we'll take it. Not everybody can play in the national championship, but the way it is structured, Kentucky may one day, if Kentucky one year gets lucky, like I've said before, because we play in the SEC, if we get lucky and run the table, we'll be right there in the playoffs. I mean, that's not likely to happen. I was thinking if Lynn Bowden came back, we would have had probably a 15% chance maybe of playing in the playoffs. But it's been a fun year of Kentucky football. It really has. No passing attack at all, pretty much. Just running it. We won the Belk Bowl, so good news for the Kentucky football team. Going to the offseason with another bowl win. And as I've said in the past, people, just looking back at how bad Kentucky was at football at one time, I mean, we've come leaps and bounds from where we have been in the past. And of course, being a fan, you want to see the team do more. I want to see them win more. I want to see them get in the playoffs. I want to see them win 10 games a season, 11 games in a season. I want to see them just dominate one year. You know, that's always going to be the goal of Kentucky football. I'm glad we won the bowl game. But, you know, the goal, of course, with any team, you want to win a national championship. Of course, that's why everybody plays. So, that's pretty much it, guys. So, a great week of sports for Kentucky. SEC play starts. Who knows what to expect? I don't. I do expect teams like Florida to rise now. I think since all the cupcakes are pretty much done, even though there's a lot of bad teams in the SEC, I understand that, you still have to travel on the road. It's still hard to do to go to a place you're not, you know, familiar with and play ball. Anybody that's played ball before, high school or whatever, you understand just how difficult it is. Even to go to somebody else's house and play on their go when you played on yours. You know, even that right there, it's just it's different. You know, it's just different. So, you know, that's another example, if you get what I'm saying. Just playing an unfamiliar territory, it's always different, it's always difficult. So, we'll see how it goes for Kentucky, people, and that's pretty much it. I'll pick Kentucky, like I said, to beat Missouri to open up SEC play. And that's pretty much it. We'll see how it goes, people. As always, thank you so much for watching. Basketball season is now in full swing. NBA, NFL playoffs are here. College basketball. Great times ahead. Woo, woo, woo. Go Big Blue. We'll see you guys as always tomorrow. Toodles.